Okay. All good. All good. I am back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Mercy, back over there with you. One of your various family members, your cousin, you're gonna hear him coming towards you. Marcy! Marcy, where are you, girl? Ah! He walks over. It's your half dwarf, half elven cousin, Gorister. There you are, girlie. I've been looking hide and tail for yes. You don't think that's a bit off? I mean, you're kind of at the edge. People are getting ready for a party out there, and you're over here just under a tree. Well, Graham's been asking for you. Really, really. Really, really. I've been told to come and bring you right to her. She, she, she really, really do. Nope. He's gonna carry you all the way to the hut right here in the center, which you know is your grandmother's personal living quarters. Everyone always has to bring it all the way down and put it all the way up every time you move everywhere. But he leaves you at the door and then just gives you a kind of semi reassuring pat on your shoulder, but then kind of walks away to join all the others with their preparations. Inside your remarkably old elven grandmother, we're talking easily in her ninth century, is just kind of milling about amongst her things. And she turns upon seeing you, hearing you enter, and goes, Mercy, dear, is that you? Oh, yes, come in, dear, come in. You'll catch your death of cold standing in the doorway like that. How are you feeling, dear? How are you feeling, dear? Well, you're about to be even better. I have some people I want to introduce you to. Can you come out now? You can come out now. And she is going to motion for two individuals who are just across a curtain over here. Willow, would you like to describe yourself? Oh, not only a goblin, not only a goblin. And Neela, you also can walk across. What does Neela look like? Oh, yes, yes. These are two individuals I've specifically handpicked to offer to you for this little mission, this little celebration we have prepared for you. I need to go make sure everything is coming together as planned. So, by all means, get to know them. And I'll be back in just a few minutes to explain exactly what I have been preparing for you, my dear. She's gonna leave the hut. Hello, dearies. Have you all been enjoying getting to know each other? Oh, well, not to worry. Preparations are coming together perfectly, so I can, of course, share with all of you what it is you'll be doing here today. She's going to very, swiftly, come next to you, Marcy, and put her very old hand across and, rest it on your shoulder. And she goes, Marcy, my dear, do you recall the stories we told in your childhood days? Oh, the stories of our king. The stories of our beloved Lord Strahd. Indeed, indeed. Do you perchance recall the stories of his lost love, Tatiana? Oh, were the finest romance in all the world, indeed. Well, my dear, I have confidence. More confidence than I can shake a stick at. That you are Tatiana reborn. Oh, yes, my dear. Oh, no, child. The visions have been coming to me, looking upon you and our entire family, the history of the Vistani ourselves. I am more than confident. It is true. Well, what else would I want you to do? I want you to go and meet our king, and take your place as his true bride. I have brought forth these very kind souls to help you on your adventure, protect you, make sure that you get there unsullied. The mists are a dangerous place. Barovia can be hard to get to even amongst the Master Vistani. I don't see why you wouldn't want to go, my dear. Who wouldn't want to go and become a princess? Oh, dearie, dearie, but it's such a lowly job to be having. Would you not prefer to bring honor to your entire family? Look at all of this effort we're putting in for your send-off party. And you're just going to say no? Deny our king a proper bride? I know, my dear, I know. But not to worry. There's nothing really wrong. There's nothing to consider. It is as things are. Yeah, as she's having her panic attack, your grandma's just gonna walk past you. Do you two have any requests or questions before we move on? Old, perhaps, but certainly not creepy. He is ancient, centuries old. Oh, I can assure you, he has remained quite fresh in his old age. And what of you, my dear? Yeah, she like gets down on her knees, kind of. Grandma just kind of like leans down on her knees and just kind of looks at you and goes, "And what about you, dear?" Absolutely exceptional. In that case, the ceremony shall begin very shortly, my dear. I'll come and fetch you when it is time. And then she's gonna leave the hut once again. My dearies, it is time. Oh, of course. I'm paying you half your dues now, and you'll get the rest when you have delivered my dear to Strahd. Oh, you drive a hard bargain, and I'm willing to up the ante, I suppose. So long as my dearie gets to Strahd, of course. Come along, all three of you now. She gathers all of the Vistani, or as many of the Vistani as possible, to stand before this dock area here, and leads you, the three of you, there. Uh, let's see, where did he go? Gorister. Gorister comes up, and he has a white hot brand, and he's just going to approach you all with it. Grandma's going to go, kindly present your hands, dearies. Well, we need to ensure that those who you might come across in the lands of the mist know that you are under the strict eye and protection of Lord Strahd. There are many selfish beings who like to throw their weight around. We need them knowing who they're dealing with, and that you're not some rabble. Present your hands, and you shall be marked as followers of Strahd. I don't see why not, so long as it's a part of your body. Yeah, Gorster's going to do so. It stings for maybe a second, but then the minute the brand goes away, it doesn't even, like, burn afterwards, and it doesn't leave a scar either. He's going to walk over to you, Willow, next. Does the same. Again, it stings for maybe a second, but the minute he takes it away, it doesn't even leave a scar. Marcy. Alright, does so as well. Once all three of you have gotten your brands, a purple glow that is similar in appearance to the brand kind of like shoots up from the back of your arms. And Grandma just goes, just be sure to show that off to anyone who feels they can intimidate you. And I assure you, you can show them what for. Oh, dearie, you know I simply enjoy a good jest, and I'm always thinking of my jests. She's gonna kind of like pat through her hip area and come over to you, Neela, and hand you two little coin purses tied up, and just kind of like pats them, gets them in your hand, and like pats them closely. Then announces that it is time. And all of the Vistani surrounding you guys begin chanting and doing various arm and hand motions that cause the fog that's collecting across the shore here to start to slowly grow, become darker and thicker, and start to overtake the three of you. Until eventually the sound of their chanting, the sound of their drum beats, the sound of the various incantations they are putting starts to get quieter and quieter until you're still standing on the dock, but you are now fully surrounded by a thick fog, so thick you can't even see 2 inches in front of your face. So are you guys just gonna stand here until something happens, or are you actually gonna go into the mists? Alright. Well, no, you notice, Neela, as you're, like, hitting the coin purses together, you don't hear coins clinking around. Inside, you see a small piece of paper that says "I owe you" and the amount of money that that Grandma promised you. And at the very bottom, it says "Deliver to Lord Strahd." Yeah, no, Willow, if you were given a coin purse, it just says "I owe you" the amount she agreed. After maybe about a minute of walking, you guys start to notice that there are tree branches and little roots on the ground that you're starting to walk through. And eventually, you walk your ways into a clearing that isn't covered in mist. Now, this place is clearly different. For one, it was basically the middle of the night when you guys were, like, it was complete sundown when you guys were collected at the Vistani camp. But here, you're gathered just through the tree line, and the sun is still going down. And you see a completely open field with a small little house, a well, and what looks like a stable of some kind, just in the middle of this clearing. Behind you, the fog of the mists just go all the way up, as far as you can go up to the sky. They go as far to the left and far to the right as you can see from this tree line. All right, what are you looking for in the well there? Give an investigation roll, please. Damn, not bad. 18? I mean, the well is clearly well used, but there's nothing, like, determining. There's no, like, tracks. There's no markings on the well itself to give you an idea of what could be done or what could be used with the well outside of just collecting water. All right. Yes. All right. Where are you gonna check the house? What are you gonna like do around the house? Give me a stealth roll, please. So there should be to your on the left side of the screen. You should see a little symbol that says dice on it when you mouse over it. Or from the bottom, yep. And when you click on it, there should be something that just says D20. If you click on that and then add your stealth modifier, that will be the stealth roll. No, you click the D20. 15? Okay, you're able to kind of creep your head a little bit over the window's bottom, and you're able to see 4 humans inside. One is an old man sitting by a chair, just kind of whittling on some wood. Another is a half-elven woman. I'm sorry, I meant 3. I meant 4 individuals, not 4 humans. A half-elven woman who is stirring a very big pot. A human male with a child who just seems to be watching his son as he's fiddling together with a little pouch, or seems to be sewing almost a little bit of a pouch. All right. The human male answers the door, and he just looks down at little Willow. After taking a second to like look around, like he was expecting someone at eye level. So when he suddenly looked at him, oh, why, hello there, stranger. What can I do you for? No problem at all, little one. You're on Hogarth's homestead. That is to say, my father's homestead, and you're just here in the southern ports of Falkovia. It's yes. Oh, have you? You must be a real stranger then, if you haven't even heard of Falkovia. Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yes, you're here. Let me be the first then to welcome you. And he's gonna kind of like look around to try and see where the other two are. Friends, you said? Well then, no issue at all. Then, and truly, let me be then the first to welcome you three to the lands of Falkovia, my lands of my forefathers, and the official reign of Lady Valeska Drakov. It's understandable if you've found yourselves a little bit further off. No issues. It's getting a bit late, and things are a little bit far from any sort of auspices or public houses. You all don't seem quite as so ready to be setting up a camp. Do you? I can offer you the barn to sleep in for the night if you need. Maybe dinner if you haven't eaten. No issue at all. Oh well. Well, he's gonna extend his hand and just go, "My name is Mikhail, then, and let me just take you all inside." He's gonna kind of like help you all through the door. He's gonna gesture to the old man. He's like, "As I said, that is Hogarth, my father." The man doesn't even look up to you guys. He just kind of grunts. That there is my boy, Jeremiah. Jeremiah's gonna like kind of just look up and wave a little bit. Then he's gonna gesture over to the woman and goes, "And that's my wife, Helena." And Helena is going to turn from her. Yeah, and Helena's going to turn from her cooking just to like wave to you all. It's like, "Welcome in," and she's going to continue back to her dinner though. Don't really remember saying I was going to do it, given it's my homestead. Dad, be reasonable. They're strangers, and it's properly housed. Yeah, fine, whatever. The kid is about 7 years old. Yeah, just a little bit. General town. Well, it's not really much of a town here in Falkovia. We're not quite so big as that. And given the wars in general, haven't really had much time to settle down. Most of what you'll find is just the remnants of certain places. The Zabaria Ranch is a bit due north. The Willow Watch, again, due north. Really, the one place of greater note is the Great Castle. Let's see. What was it called again? I can't remember. It's Lady Dracob's home. But I can't for the life of me recall what it's supposed to be. Oh no, the castle itself is at just the center of Folkovnia's lands. But yes, it is also north. About 3 days' walk. 2 if you had a cart, which unfortunately we had to sell old Briny about a month or so ago. So wouldn't be able to help in that regard. Fair enough, indeed. Fair enough. Yep. It's, Neela, Marcini, do you either of you have anything? Okay. Okay. He goes, well, dinner is not going to be ready for another hour or so, I think, but I could take you to the barn and get you a little bit comfortable with some pillows. He's gonna gather. He's gonna gather a couple of supplies, take you out to the barn. He says, "Normally, I wouldn't be the type to putting guests up in something like this, but sadly, you're a bit bigger of a group than we're used to be getting. And like I said, pretty much all of our animals been sold off at this point, so this old building's nothing much more than a hollow built method of keeping out the weather. But it'll hopefully be kind enough for you before you have to make your merry ways on." Not an issue, not an issue. I'll come ringing for you for dinner when it's all ready, but feel free to take part in as much of the lands as you need. He's gonna go back inside of his house. Yep. Give an investigation roll, please. No worries. Yeah, looking around, the barn seems rather just pretty normal. There's some chipped paint to it, and it seems very weather worn. But otherwise, it's just a barn. Yep. Get out of here. Oh yeah, Irina, you should probably have known about that. Marcy just looked through her bag, saw something, and then immediately closed it up. So you guys want to wait until dinner is served? Okay. So you're gonna pass the time. Neela. No, I was asking. Do you guys want to do anything before dinner? Yeah, go right ahead. You see, like you said, there doesn't seem to be any animals or signs of animals in this barn, given that they sold their last animal a little while back. So it's mostly just hay. It's mostly just farming equipment that's been hung up on the walls, but the stalls themselves are empty. Let's go gambling! Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. No, Marcy, after saying that, after having said that, you all hear ever so slightly from the back of the barn. Honk, 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 honk. Through the shadow in the back of the barn, a, a big red shoe. Just bonk. A second one. Honk. I shall not accept such besmirchment against me, my little sunshine. A clown, just a pure clown wearing white makeup, red lipstick, like the blue, like eye triangles and such, just walks up through the, into the light that everyone can see you. I prefer a proper introduction, my dear. He's gonna like float over to you guys, like his hands on his chin, just like blinking very quickly, like fluttering his eyelashes. Proper introductions are in order. He's gonna like elbow you, Marcy, like trying to get you to introduce him. And he's just gonna like, upon that, he's gonna like just jump into the air and just go, "Yes, hello everyone, young and old, big and small. It's wonderful to be here this evening." He's gonna literally like present his nose to you, Neela. It goes beep beep. Well, when you're with me, you gotta expect the unexpected. He honks his nose again, only this time it makes the sound of a bear roaring. And then he just like flips all back over to Marcy, just goes, "It is so wonderful to finally be able to introduce myself to some friends of my dear Sunshine here. She has so few of them." That wasn't me. It's very appropriate. We got Luna and Sunshine together at last. He's like putting his arm. Oh, sorry. I didn't. Am I still robotic? Okay. Yeah. But he put his arm around both their shoulders while doing so. You know, I gotta say, Marthy, this doesn't really look like the circus. Why are we here? Oh, I hate that bitch. What are you talking about? She's a disgrace to clowns everywhere, personally. Oh, that senile old bat's just completely lost it at this point, hasn't she? Oh, she's got more problems than just in her brain, my dear. Many more problems. You guys hear a knock on the barn door, and Squeaks immediately like puffs himself into like a bunch of smoke upon seeing that, and just like kind of becomes a little ball of light that falls into the a bag that Luna was just in. It's me, Kyle. He goes, "Hey, so dinner's nearly ready. Do you want to take it in here or eat with the family?" Well, we don't get too many guests around here, so it might be a bit fun to get some news from travelers and such, if you'd be willing. Oh, that'd be lovely. He's just gonna kind of walk. So Neela and Marcy are. Sorry, Neela and Willow are willing to come. Marcy, you didn't say anything. Okay. You guys are welcomed inside to a nice hearty meal of cabbage soup. The wife kind of like looks up. Her freckled face has got like dark eyelids underneath it. She's clearly very tired. She goes, "Oh, it's my pleasure. Not a worry, dear." She begins eating some. Are you guys going to? Do you guys eat the soup? Willow will. Marcy, answer the question. Okay. They don't. They don't. They. She again gives you a smile and like nods, but doesn't really acknowledge outside of that. Neela, are you eating it? Okay, give a perception roll. 7. You are really not a fan of cabbage soup, so you're just like you kind of wince a little bit at the smell of the cabbage. All right. The husband is going to just kind of, after a couple seconds of getting some of the cabbage soup in him, is going to go, "So, where are you strangers coming from, anyways?" "Oh, where's that abouts?" The old man, Helm Heimlin, whatever I named him, Helmlin Heimlin, I believe I named him, is like, "Girlie, I'm old enough to remember plenty. I never heard of any of that. What gibberish you talking about? This someplace off the continent?" "Certainly a far away from home. What sort of job you doing takes you this far out? Especially to some nowhere place like here." He upon you saying that, he literally bangs at the table. Do not swear in front of the child. Dad, it's not that big. He goes. He just. It's a little bit more tense now, but everyone kind of goes back to their soup. The old man's really, I've been living in Falcovia all my life. Raised my boy all his life. I've also lived here all my life. Yeah. All we can really say about Falcovia, it's treated us well. It's good land, hardy people. Where's about? Where's about are you heading there, girlie? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Jay. Like I said, we don't really have cities. It's mostly the castle of Darkov. Up to the north is the most hustling and bustling place. The old man's immediately going to pipe up. You don't want to go there. 'Cause there's the home of the bitch in sheep's clothing. Father, you just said, hey, shut your mouth, boy. I can say, it's my home, I can say it. Guess it's another story. Plus, that ain't really a term of disendearment, that's just what we call her. She is a bitch by the definitions every way you can think about it. Father, please. He immediately goes, who the hell said that? Oh, well. Well, Gesundheit, I suppose. But yes. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, he kind of leans over to his son ever so slightly. Vadaleska Darkov is not someone you want to be dealing with in any capacity. For any reason. Just, if you're going to go see her, that's the sole reason you're in Falkovia. Just get out right now while you can. Try harder, then. Finally, some proper respect over here. Can't help but notice you got a little bit of... He points to your little, like, branches around your body. Where'd you get something like that? Have you seen me? He kind of gestures, oh, you seen me? I've got plenty of long stories, but I can understand. But don't you worry. You're clearly blessed by the lands herself. No, the lands don't curse people. They do nothing but bless. Well, it may just seem a part more of the land, so whatever it was, nothing wrong with turning it around to your favor. Unfortunately, we don't really have any alcohol. In case you understand, the wife kind of like gestures to the son a bit, who's now just kind of playing with his soup. He's just kind of like making bubbles with the water inside the broth. Well, it's getting a bit late. I need to head off to the bed if I'm gonna be chopping firewood for tomorrow. The rest of you, if you are gonna want to get onto the road pretty soon, you might want to get some sleep as well. Oh, that'd be much appreciated, but I'll be at it for hours, I can assure you. If you're intended to get gone any time before noon tomorrow, that won't be any need, I assure you. Well, it's your time, so if you want to spend it with me, I wouldn't mind it. Oh, very polite indeed. The old man just kind of like have a bit of a smirk on his face and just be like, "Better neighbors than we got around here, that's for sure." Boy, roll me to my favorite corner so I can get some shut eye. Son indeed rolls him from his seat into this corner out here so he can look out the window. The wife begins picking up the plates and bring them over to the stew. So you guys are free to do which thou will, as the family is kind of getting ready for the evening. Okay. Okay. Oh no, well, you rip the tree bark off, but upon doing it, you notice that the brand, again, it's not there when it's not glowing, but when you like are focusing to see if the brand is on when you rip it off, the brand is still on your hand. It like just glows against your hand, like it literally went through the bark onto your skin. No, hang on. Luna, you would not have heard that in a Vistani circus camp. They would have been praising Strahd. Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure that because you said that you'd heard that in camp. Okay. Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. So, well, here's a question: who's going to go to sleep and who's staying up? Yeah. So, Luna's staying up. All right, but beyond Luna. Okay. All right. Um. All right. Well, actually, interesting that you say that, Luna, because deep in the night, a little bit after midnight, maybe, while watching Marcy, you suddenly feel you're not in the barn anymore. You're in a very quaint pink room. There's a very comfortable fire in the distance. You can't feel any of the heat, but you can still see the fireplace. And you're in a very nice armchair. Very studded leather armchair. It's comfortable. And you can hear a small little music box playing just off to the side of you. Then after about a minute or so in this moment, you hear a door on the other side of the room open, and you're back in the barn. How long is... You said Marcy's waking up every hour. Neela, how long are you going to stay awake before you fall asleep? Okay. Well, you would... Yeah, we'd probably around maybe 1, we'd have you fall asleep. But either way, you would all, while it's still dark out, be woken by the sounds of footsteps just outside the barn. And you'd hear some rhythmic but slow knocking right on the barn door. Upon getting to the barn door, you open it and are immediately met with a walking corpse is at the door, and upon you opening it, it stumbles through. Everyone roll initiative. So you need to roll a d20 again, and you have to add your initiative a modifier. Yep. Yeah, you thought it was all cannibals. Joke's on you. This is a joke on you. You all thought it was cannibals. All right. Yeah, you guys. It should be noted. It should be noted. The zombies are banging on the house itself. They're trying to get into the house itself as well. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Okay, hang on. I need to get everyone's. Okay, so wait, hang on. Is that everyone's total, or what are the? Rather. Okay, Pigeon, what's your total? Okay, 2. All right, 4. Okay. Willow, 8. Okay. Damn, you guys rolled horribly. All right, Kivi, your turn's first. So you can do either move 6 spaces for a total of 30 feet. However, since the zombie is right on top of you, it will get an attack of opportunity if you try and escape this area. Or you can attack the zombie. Okay. She shall rage. Okay. Alright, roll to attack. Yep, d20 plus your attack modifier. Oh, no. That should be a strength since you're a, 7. Ooh, damn. You're raging no, you don't have an advantage because, the zombie attacked you first. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you swing your axe as hard as you can, but you miss the zombie as it kind of stumbles forward and kind of gets you right on your wrists. So the zombie is actually going to attack you right back. That's not... What's your armor class, or your DC, rather? Okay. 14, yeah, fair enough. And you guys hear a scream come from the house, and you hear some of the wood breaking and buckling from inside of the house as two of the zombies shambled forward a bit more, but the rest continue to descend onto the home. All right, Willow, your turn. Okay. In that case, let's see. What's your AC, by the way? 18. All right, they both you are able to like rush by them. They both swing, but both miss because you're just so tiny. And you're able to get right there, no problem. Okay. Okay. Isn't that hang on, yeah, isn't that your spellcasting modifier? +6. Okay, that will hit. Yep, that will hit. All right. You said radiant damage? Okay, you do a guiding bolt. It plows into this zombie, causing it to completely turn to dust and ash and falls down. Completely gone. All right. All right, Macy, your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she can get there. Oh. Yeah, well, if you have one more space, so you can get up to here, and you could be in range to hit this one. Unfortunately, no, a seven's not gonna hit. Yeah, you're gonna try your best, rush up, but you kind of stumble and trip a little bit as you try and get there. Unfortunately, not be able to get you off the attack. Damn, that's the new secret yet. Luna, it's now your turn. Pigeon. Oh, there you are. Yeah, yeah. You literally can only see this one, and it's kind of blocked by Nilla and Marcy. But all the other ones are outside. You can only hear them. Okay. Okay. Well, unfortunately, this zombie has not been hit yet, so you can see. Okay, I'm gonna say a wisdom save. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my goodness gracious! Hang on. What's its wisdom? Oh, yep. No, 17. So does that beat your spellcasting modifier? Okay. Yeah, in that case, but yeah, but what would this the bit? No, yeah, no, I'm good with it being charisma, given how Luna is as a character. All right, 17. Well, unfortunately, meets it, beats it. So you cast Call the Dead, but it doesn't do anything to the zombie. He has no acknowledgement or understanding of what just happened, and it's continuing to go after Nila. Speaking of Nila, it's now your turn. Okay. Yep. Roll to attack. That will hit this time. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Yes, 3. So all right. Yeah. Okay, down 5 for. Okay, so that takes. Okay, so yes, you see that there's like a bit more stinging, a bit more ash coming off of its shoulder with the Divine Fury strike. However, the zombie is still continuing to push forward, and he's actually going to try and continue. Ooh, wait, what was your DC? Yeah, what was your 14? Yeah, AC. All right, so the zombie is going to bring you, Neela, to the ground. You are currently pinned, and he is going to do 2 points of piercing damage as he bites down into your arm and starts trying to rip into your shoulder. This zombie is going to successfully get close to you, Marcy, and try and attack you. Does a 17 hit? All right. So he is also going to bring you to the ground and pin you, and is going to do also 2 points of piercing damage as he bites into you. Willow, you hear the wife inside screaming as you see 2 zombies start ripping her apart, whilst the father is like trying to like help, but is also trying to protect the son. And you also see the old man just with like this big stick that he was whittling, just bashing this zombie at the window in the head. Oh my! I was not intending that. Okay, the old man literally gets one of the zombies square in the head and causes it to fall over dead. This zombie, however, is going to try and attack you. Does a 3 hit? I don't imagine it will. All right, so in that case, Willow, it's now your turn. Okay. Alrighty. Yep, that's gonna hit. Oh shit! All right. You like bring it down. The zombie is like you kind of like shine so much of its flesh off that's more a skeleton than a zombie now, but it's still standing. It kind of like looks at you and growls like, but that's all. Perhaps. All right, Marcy, it's now your turn. You are currently pinned by the zombie in front of you. You have to roll a strength check to see if you can get it off of you, or you need to attack it in the head to try and get it off of you. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, your hands are free, so you can attack using your hands. All right, nine will hit. 11. Yes. All right, you're able to blast it off of you. It stumbles backwards a little bit. You can use your action, or rather, your movement to get up, though, but you can't move closer or further or anything like that. All right, Luna, it's now your turn. This is about as far as you can get. Okay. Con save. Okay, let's see. Oof. Let's see. Constitution. That's a 6. So, yeah, they're probably going to get hit by that. All right. Okay. In that case, this one falls off of you then, Neela. So you do not have to try and push him off for one of your actions, but you are currently still on the ground and need to use your movement to get up. But otherwise, you can use an action. And it's now your turn. You can't move any closer. You have to use all your movement to get up from prone state. Uh, I'm I'm willing to have it be a bonus action. All right. All right. It should be if you're throwing it. Yeah, dexterity. 13, that'll hit. Yep, roll damage. One. All right, you grab for your spear and chuck it, and like you get it square in the thing. You get the zombie square in the chest. He just looks down at it and then continues stumbling forward to try and attack you. An 8? No, it's not going to do anything, is it? All right, this zombie is once again going to try and attack you. Yeah, you're holding your hands together. What's the question there, Gibby? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Marcy, is your AC 14 or like higher than 14? All right. In that case, he is going to. Oh, you're going to get a whole 6 points of damage as the zombie isn't tackling you, but he is clawing at you. So he's able to claw your face and start to rip things off. Speaking of Willow, this zombie here ends up just like completely biting into the neck of the mother. You see that she's now gone completely limp, and the zombie is now fully just eating her. This zombie is gonna come forward and try and attack the dad. Oh, whoops, wrong one. This zombie is now currently attacking Mikhail, and there's another zombie coming up behind you, shambling right up behind you. But he's not going to be able to get close enough this round. Alright. It's now Willow's turn. Okay. Ooh, yep, that'll hit. All right. This time you completely like snap your finger and just poof, the radiant light causes it to completely fall to a pile of ash. All right. Marcy, once again, your turn. 10? Yep, that'll hit. Roll damage. Makes the most sense. 13? Alright, you kind of blast it. You blast its head completely off, and the zombie's body falls over dead. Headless as well. Yeah, you can move back here if you feel like it. Yeah, Luna, it's now your turn. Okay. Okay, hang on. You were right here, right? Oh, right here? No, you're right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, you could get to its side while it's heading this direction and get a sneak attack on it. I believe sneak attack, it's literally just an additional. Hang on. D&D's. Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. That'll definitely hit. $12. All right, you kind of like do one of those gymnastic kind of rolls, like tumble. Yeah, yeah. No, I was also thinking of it kind of like the roll and tumble that Wolverine does. Just kind of like get it with your dagger up on its neck. Unfortunately, that would be a fatal attack if this was a living thing, but you realize, oh wait, this is a zombie. So while it does do massive damage by giving too much kind of like a cut into its neck and causing its head to go a little bit floppy, it's still alive enough to keep tacking. Nila, it is now your turn. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to let it be a bonus action if it's on the hex page. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Roll damage to attack. Alright, that'll be enough to hit. Roll damage. Alright. You are filled with so much rage at this kind of creature that as you just swing your axe once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and you're able to just kind of like mince it up almost entirely, chopping its head off with its shoulder, then chop its body in half right down to the leg. Yeah, exactly. Just. Meanwhile, this zombie is continuing to eat the mother. It's kind of distracted by doing it. This zombie has, however, come up to you, Luna, and is going to attack. That's not okay. It's going to stumble and kind of like catch itself on the door frame and not get to you, but still try and reach out to you. Luna, the zombie you are. Yeah, Willow, sorry. Okay. Yes, no, fair enough. Luna, actually Luna this time, the zombie you literally are holding with your daggers is trying to claw and swing at you. However, you're holding him just far enough away that he can't really get to you from with his arms extended. All right, Willow, your turn. Okay. The cleric is the most deadly one. I believe that since you're using a ranged weapon, it's dexterity, and your proficiency, since these are weapons you're proficient with. Alrighty. You get the zombie like right in the back, causing it to seize up a little bit, and he turns around in kind of hissing at you, blood dripping down its mouth. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, her windpipe is visible. Like she is gone. Her eyes are kind of like fogging over a bit. No, none of them are hurt. The grandfather is just like kind of trying to wheel around in his chair a little bit. It's not an actual wheelchair. It's just like his comfy comforter, but he's like kind of like trying to drag it. He can't really walk, but he's trying to drag it to come to this other zombie at the doorway. The dad, meanwhile, is literally doing his best to shield his son from both the zombies and from seeing what's become of his mother now. And he's actually moving back a little bit to keep him hidden. But everyone seems physically okay. Alrighty, Marcy, your turn. Junie? Hello? I can't hear Junie. Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, that will hit. Roll damage. 9. Alright, you're able to, with the loosened neck of this one zombie, you're able to blast its head clean off, and it slumps over onto the ground right next to Luna. Yay. Alright, Luna, speaking of, it's now your turn. Alright. Knifey knife, alright. Roll to attack. Nat 1. You attempted to do it, but the zombie was like stumbled trying to get to Willow and accidentally bashed you in the face, swinging backwards. So you are going to take 5 points of damage from it bludgeoning you in the head. Your little porcelain mask has this tiny little crack right on the cheek. Okay, Neela, it's now your turn. Yeah, you get right here with 25 feet. All right. 19, that will hit. So 13 for that 17. All right, you charge right through just past Neela. As it smacked her, you just like bisect it from the top down, completely killing it in one swing. All right, this zombie is going to trudge over to you, Willow, now that you've gotten his attention. He's going to try and swing at you, but he's kind of like off kilter a bit and it ends up missing as he just swings his arms down. All right, and Willow, it's now your turn. All right. That will hit. 9. You take the mace, you smack it in the torso, causing it to like kind of drudge over. Then swing the mace back up, taking it in the head, and you like cave its head in a little bit, and it flops over onto the ground right next to the mother. So you are all now left. All the zombies are dead, but the house is now uncomfortably quiet. Okay. Luna, are you okay? Yep. Yeah, mending would fix the little... Yeah, but mending would indeed fix the porcelain mask. Okay, Willow, you go inside and you go. Okay, yeah. The father is doing his best to try and calm down the son, who is like clearly hyperventilating and trying to make not look. But grandfather's just sitting there kind of looking out the window as you approach. There's nothing to be done about it. No kind of help can be given. That. He just kind of gestures over to one of the undead. I'm sure my boy would want that. We need to get some druids down here. We're followers of druids. No disrespecting to you, but our burial rites are a bit more literal when it comes to the land itself. So if we're going to have that going, we're going to need to go down and grab some of them there. Druids and such. I just don't know what in the damn's gone and happened. In all my years, I've never seen something like this. Never. If I had to take one guess, I'd say the land's gone, and I wish I did. I wish I could say something. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's because that Drakov lady. Finally, the land's gotten sick and tired of her. Wants us. Now the land itself is rising up to kill us all. Do what you want. Whatever it is you choose, just choose it. I won't mind none if you want to stay. I'd advise you not to go. Quite personally. Sorry, what was that, Neela? If you're inside the house or nearby the door, yeah, you'd overhear it. Don't worry about it. No, the husband's finally gonna pipe up and he's gonna say, "Don't worry about it. We're not staying here." Yes, we are. No, we're not, Dad. We can't stay with something like that happening. We need to warn Lady Drakov. If you want to go where that bitch is living, then you're going alone. Okay, Neela, you leave them to their little spat, but yeah, Luna and Marcy. Yeah, Luna and Marcy. It doesn't take you guys long at all. Going just around to the corner of the house, the back corner of the house, to where the mist into the forest is, you see hundreds of shadows of shambling corpses walking right up to the mist, and some unseen force is just barely pushing them back. But you can see down a little bit further down the ways, you see a number of them pushing hard, and one is able to just stumble through and flop onto the ground. He's too far away that it's not going to be able to get to you within at least a good couple 15 minutes. But you realize the zombies are coming from the mist, and there are way too many for you to be dealing with here. Alright. Okay, in that case, Luna and Marcy, you would literally burst in right as Helm and Mikhail are getting in a little bit of a back and forth on staying or going. Actually, no. Luna, you can stay outside. Luna can stay outside. I just remembered. She likes to do that. Fair enough, fair enough. Father, did you hear that? Boy, I raised this house, built it for you, your mother, and the rest of your family. I plan on dying in this house, especially if the option is to go with that. I know what you want to call her dad. Fine. But I'm not staying here, and I'm not leaving my son to face that. I'm going to be going with them if they're going to be heading north. Fine, enjoy yourselves. He's gonna lean down to you real quick and kind of put his old hand on your shoulder and just kind of go, listen here, little girl. You may think that I'm just being stubborn, but I know a few things. I don't just call that Drakov lady a mean word like that because I think she's disagreeing. I call her that because of... He's going to look at his son, the Red Talons. And his son just kind of like frustratingly looks away. You think that a couple of shambling corpses are something terrible? Let me tell you, there's plenty things worse. That's people who got weapons and armor and free reign to do whatever they want. That lady, she's got these private soldier types. And what they like to do is they like to come to your home, take half your crops, take your boys away, take your daughters right in front of you, and then look you in the eye and tell you that you ought to be grateful for their protection. I'm not doing this to scare you none. Just trying to make sure you understand. Going to that hive of villainy, I quite frankly would prefer. I feel like the undead would be a bit more reasonable. So I'm saying here for the best chance I got. Yep, go right ahead. You can absolutely do that. Mikhail just immediately pipes up. It's like, we're leaving. We don't really have any food that we can take that won't go bad on the way. But it's going to be a 3-day walk to get to the castle. I know that there's a granary to the north. Or a vineyard. Either one might have food. And now I get to come in the metaverse and tell you guys about the fun new mechanic we get to deal with in this little world we're going to be dealing with. Oh, yeah. So in Volkovia, the army of undead is coming. And if they overtake you guys, there is no way you'd be able to handle them just by your lonesomes. So you have to be heading north for the next 3 days constantly. That means any place you're going to go to, it has to be one of two options. You can't go to both. You can only choose one because you don't have time to go to every single one. So, every now and then, I shall give you an option to go to 2 places. And you guys decide which of the 2 you want to go to. In these places, you may come across resources, most importantly, food, as currently you don't have very many rations. However, you can also come across what we'll call companions. These are people who could potentially join you, not as party members, but more as individuals trying to survive in this zombie apocalypse. Some companions will be more useful, some companions will be less useful. Some places will be more useful, having more resources like weapons, food, and better companions. Others will be objectively not useful. Some companions will have prejudices that will push them to not go one way or the other. Some may have a little bit of blind naivete in terms of one way or the other. It's up for you guys ultimately to decide which would be the best place to go to given your circumstances. That said, keeping your companions, since they aren't fighters, their involvement in combat isn't going to be the same as this little map here. Anytime you guys are on the road, you will all have to roll survival checks. Depending on your rolls, it might be a clear, totally fine walk. You might run into something. You might run into something undead. You might run into something alive. But in either of these fights, these NPCs are going to be rolling to just survive. Normally, if they roll a d4 on a nat 1, they will instantly die. You can tank the hit that they would take. However, regardless of what it was, it will take 1/4 of your total HP. So, having gotten that all out of the way, your first two companions are Mikhail and his son. And your first two potential locations are a vineyard. Yeah, so you guys have to decide, do you want to go to the granary or do you want to go to the vineyard? Oh yeah, no worries. You can do that while the rest of the crew is thinking up. Go right ahead, Mila. If that's what's gonna happen to me, that's what's gonna happen to me. Maybe I'll fight him off best I can. Well, if you're offering, didn't think I'd be dealing with someone hard. Didn't think I'd be dealing with someone hardcore enough to kill me in front of my own son and grandchild. Personally, I'd at least like to enjoy one more sunrise. I do, in fact, enjoy nature to a degree, and I'd like to enjoy it as long as I can. So wait, so you've just given him one of your hand axes? All right, so he's gonna take it then. It's just like, I'll see how many of these zombies I can take out with one of these bad boys. Anyways, so the question on all of your guys' mind: which would you prefer, the granary or the vineyard? All right. In that case, next session you guys shall head off to see how well the granary treats you. Hey. Da da da. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to the new rules. You did very good, Kibby. Yeehaw. I'm gonna be honest. I was. I'm gonna be honest. I was shocked that a pitch went that long, like an hour or so, not being picked up or interacting. How did you guys like? How did you guys like my Squeaks voice? To be fair, literally all Chuckles is Mikey's attempt to do the Mad Hatter voice. He literally based it off the actor who did the Mad Hatter. So that's why it's so close to being him. But I put a little bit more of the yeah. Kevin wants to be fucking Gideon over here, but yeah, no, I put a little bit more of a lisp on the tongue. Well, you know what they say, always leave them wanting more. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Yay! Kivy, you don't have to leave necessarily just now because